What up, Winbush here. What I have right here, this is the DiVoom TimesFrame. Yep, that's times with an S. And you might be asking, what exactly is this? So this is a 10.1-inch smart display. And what that means is you could put anything on here from photos to videos to pixel art. And you can even have widgets on here as well, which makes this ideal for like any man cave, or in my case, I put it on my desk. And even sometimes I put it on my retro arcade like you see behind me. So as I'm unboxing it, you see it comes in this nice box. I got the black one here, but as I said at the top, this is a 10.1-inch display. It's transparent, which means you can see through it in some of the displays, not all of them. But so as we take a deeper look into the display here, let's look at the knobs that we have here on the side. So as you can see, we have this like little bar here. This is strictly for aesthetic purposes, but then we also have these buttons down here. So these are knobs right here. And then you have your on and off buttons down here as well. But let's go through the bottom knob down here. So let me get this back in the frame. So if I turn a bottom knob, now you can see a couple of displays are popping up here. So you can see I have some downloaded, and this is from the app, which I will show you all in here in a little bit. But as I scroll through these, let me go down here to the bottom. You can see that we have some for social media. We have some for if you're into like crypto and stocks and stuff like that. So there's a whole plethora, and this is just what I have installed on this machine here. So with the NFL season just kicking off, we just had our first preseason game, but this is dope. I just found this on the app, but we can actually get real-time scores updated. So maybe you're at work and you can't watch the game per se, and maybe you're listening to it on your radio or just in your headphones, but you wanted to see the display happening in real time. You can set this up on your desk and it's going to give you the NFL scores. And I saw like there was an NBA app on there as well. So you just have to dive through and see what they have, but this is pretty dope. So with me being a big Steelers fan, I'll be able to display this on my desk on Sundays and just watch it roll through. So this holds up to about 64 gigs. It does have 64 gigs worth of storage in here. And it does hook up through Wi-Fi as well. So that's how you're able to get everything updating here in real time. Like, let me actually click on this one right here. And there we go. So these aren't these aren't stocks that I have per se, but this is just giving you the tickers that we have. Like there's the Nvidia stock, there's Tesla stock, there's what Bitcoin is. So you could go through and you could customize all this in the app to give you exactly the information that you might want to have. But this is really nice. This is where this comes in to make it personalized for yourself, because I like the retro feel of it. So if we look right here, like what you see in the middle here, you can put anything that you want in the middle there. Now, this is where one of my grapes head came in. I wanted it to display my YouTube content, but for whatever reason, anything when I do social media stuff on here, it's not displaying my channels per se. But hopefully that's something that they update there. Like it will give you some subscriber count and other stuff, but that's about it. It doesn't give you the username or anything like that. Now you might be asking yourself, who exactly is this for? So this is for anybody that likes aesthetic tech, because this is nice, sleek, and modern. If you look at it, like if I look on the side here, we actually have this audio spectrum bar here that as I'm talking, it's actually hearing the sound coming from in the room. So if you're playing music or you're talking, this is going to be audio reactive to it. And you can also change this out, which we'll get here too in a minute. And then I like using the retro displays on here. As you can see, I have the audio equalizer in here as well on this old school Game Boy, but I'll show you exactly all the functionality that you can have on this smart display. This is going to be some of the options that we have. So if I click on ambient effect right here, you could go through, and let me move this on the side. So you can see this is what the ambient effect is. So if I go through and just scroll, you can see how we have the different changes on there, which is a nice effect. It's kind of like a radio coil, right? Like, a heat coil, I should say. And then going back here to the front, if I come down here, we have color adjustment, which everything in this menu is going to affect everything here on the side. So you can see if I scroll through how we can actually change the colors on this as well. So you can even do RGB there if you're like a RGB type person. You can have that on there, or if there's a certain aesthetic that you're going for in your office, you can collect anything that's on the color wheel spectrum here. So this is a nice effect if you want to customize it for your office. Of course, I went with the black frame just so it's generic. And then down here we have volume. So if I click on this, I have the volume turned all the way up. But if you have like a video playing or anything that has any type of audio, it does have speakers inside of here so you can hear that, which is a really nice feature. If I go with ambient brightness, that's just going to control the ambient brightness there on the side. So you can see that it's scrolling down here on the side, of course. But also if I turn it around, you can see that it has this light box that illuminates through the back, which you also can adjust this with the dials on the side there. And now we have screen brightness, which this might be the most important to a lot of people. So right now I have it at 25%, but watch, as the screen is getting brighter, you might be able to see in the background, this is getting brighter as well. So let me actually scroll this down. So you can see that the light is actually getting dimmer. And let me put it all the way down so I don't flash out the camera here. But I'm at 5% right now. And as you can see, this is actually an illuminated light, which I've seen some people online complain about. They actually covered this up, but if I scroll it up, you can see how it's getting brighter. So just depending on, the situation of your room, that might be something that you don't want. You don't want it to be brightening everything up there in the back. Maybe that's something that they could add is like a feature where it can actually make this part brighter, but not the backdrop. I'm not particularly sure how that works there, but yeah, that's some of the features there that we have on this machine. But getting this set up was extremely simple. It just has this USB port on the back of it, which you just have to plug it into any outlet that you might have. So that might be one of my gripes that I have with it. Like, I like everything about the display, but not having an internal battery and having to plug it in somewhere was kind of a minus, but everything else about this, I really do like. All right, so this is the app that I have up here. And as you can see down here, we have device functions. So you could do drawings, you could add celebrations, all types of fun stuff in here. But whenever I click on this button, see, this is everything that I have downloaded directly to my clock there. So you can even change it out here as well. So if I click on like sci-fi widgets, you can see right now it's changing out the sci-fi widget on my screen there. And here it is on my phone. I'm showing it on the side there, but just to show you that the app is working in real time along with the DiVoom TimesFrame there. So as I scroll down, you can see these are all the ones that I have downloaded on there. And if I click on this middle button here, this is going to be pixel art that is made by the community. So if I click on like rainforest here, we can actually have this on display on there. And the cool thing about this kind of reminds me of social media, right? Like, you can see how many views that it has down there. You can see how many likes. This was uploaded 37 minutes ago. And then you can also leave comments as well. So this makes it a community-based thing where you can download anybody's art that's sharing it, and you can display it on your screen there as well. Now, it does have some other functions on here as well. As you can see, I have a stopwatch on here. So if you're doing something for whatever reason that would warrant a stopwatch, you do have those type of functionalities on here as well. So there's other fun stuff that you could do on here as well. So there's a noise meter. Let me hit start on here. Now you can see the decibels that as I'm speaking, it's going to display that in real time on there. So there's just a lot of really fun stuff that you could do with this display. And speaking of doing streaming stuff, we also have a scoreboard on here as well. So like, say you want to have yourself versus your streamers, or your viewers, I should say. You can also go through here, just tap the different scoreboards and give yourself a fun way to display what's going on whenever you're streaming or doing any type of video or even real life activities. And as you can see here too, this is me putting up my own personal photos. So if you wanted to do some type of slideshow, maybe you have this on your work desk, or you just wanted to have something that displays maybe vacations and things of that nature. And then of course we have videos on here as well. This is preloaded on a DiVoom app. So if you just wanted to try some different stuff out here, this is pretty cool. Like, they have robotic stuff. I mean, I guess some of this stuff might be AI, I'm not really quite sure. But with all that, I would say it's not just a frame, it's actually a canvas for your digital life. And so take it for what it is. Hopefully this review helped you out. Leave me any comments down below if there's anything that I missed that you might have a question about. And until next time, stay fresh, keep creating, and I'll catch you in that next video. I'll see you soon. Take care.